Technical preview, Halo Infinite in 2 minutes, Doc. Yeah, right. Is it in 2 minutes? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna check it out. There it is. Okay, how come nobody... Hey, how come nobody's saying anything? Wow, the timing is perfect. That volume's not going to be good. That's the loudest it goes. Full volume, everything, champs. That grapple will be kind of interesting, huh, champs?
Ordnance drop inbound. The flag is ours. Please haul ass at your earliest convenience. Now, show me what you can do.
Are you connected to the Zoom call yet? We're having technical issues. Are you connected?
Hey everyone, what is up? This is Brian, also known as Sketch across the community show. So
why, Doc? Why can't we just
Sam
talk and watch
Hanshaw,
videos, but not
producer
me?
on the live team. Sam, welcome.
Thanks. It's good to be here. I'm ready to have some fun and
Dive in.
Man, this is actually kind of a surprise stream right here with these guys. I'm glad this came on. This is perfect. I need a little break from gaming, then we'll get back into it.
Kind of what do we want our viewers and our insiders to know?
And we need to get feedback on the breadth of hardware that we know is out there. You know, we can't test on every combination of hardware that people have for their PCs, but we know that the folks at home can, and so we need your help to do that.
Got
this
it.
is safe to say
I got
this
you.
will be the biggest scale test that we've been able to
Microsoft,
do
I got
to date.
you.
We're talking hundreds of thousands of Halo insiders.
Once that code hits that flip phone,
participate this weekend.
we'll be on
and
it.
Obviously, we've been hard at work testing.
Dr. D
So before we
themed
move on, I also
Spartan
just want to
armor.
comment on,
There better
you know,
be.
if your Twitter feed's like mine, I think people are really eager to see some gameplay. Let's take a look. Let's see how this game's looking currently on Xbox One. Sam, clearly we're looking at a little Slayer match here on Bazaar, one of our new maps.
Sort of a bizarre
There's a lot to
gunfight so
take
far,
in, I'm sure,
too.
for viewers who are just seeing a lot of stuff for the first time here.
Yeah, I can't remember if we've shown things like the Pulse Carbine being used in first person. I think it was briefly shown in the multiplayer trailer, and I think this is the first time we've shown first person.
All I'm doing right now is...
walking around in Bazaar.
I think it has. We're also right now kind of getting a look at the friend and foe system that we've discussed in some of our blogs in the past. This is kind of moving away from forcing players into red and blue, allows us to kind of maintain that unique armor customization that's become a greater focal point for Halo Infinite.
I like it.
Yeah, and I think this is a pretty good example of that, and I think you're really seeing those colors pop out on the Xbox One hardware. It's great.
I think I just noticed a custom skin applied to that AR there that we saw briefly.
I do love the. Oh yeah, I love the AR skins. It's kind of nice being able to customize your starting weapon. It's the one you're going to see most often, so I like to have mine looking sharp.
Now, internally, from a development and playtest perspective, I mean, obviously we've got the teams focusing on all platforms and all builds, and safe to say that we've got folks truly getting sweaty on Durango, on Xbox Series X and S, and low, medium, and high PC specs as well, right? I gotta say, shaping up super, super nice, and really looking forward to getting some feedback from Xbox One players after this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that's going to wrap up that clip that we have. Now we're going to show a little more gameplay here in a bit. We're going to have Tom French, our multiplayer associate creative director, join us. We have another match from Xbox Series X that we're going to get into. But once this wraps up, we're going to jump back over to the build, and we're going to look through this real flight build here. You mentioned bots. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later in the show today when Tom joins us.
We're just talking about players, right? Like bad players, not real bots in the game.
People are really eager to see. And I thought maybe we just kind of help give our players who are going to be a part of the tech preview, just kind of give them the lay of the land a little bit. No, I like settings.
Those grenade bouncers are looking pretty weak. I don't know. I don't want grenades that are just dying into the ground.
Tweak your settings to your liking.
That don't roll.
Make sure that things are sort of the way you want them.
Actually, I don't want rolling grenades. I want bouncy. Boom, boom, distance.
If I want to do that, I can kind of really dial in my sensitivity.
A little nervous about the movement in this new Halo. Looks similar to Cold War.
It's been quite
Cold War's animations are kind of a little weird, huh? Like the movement and stuff.
Players, you can just secure rockets for them and then hand it over to them.
Doc, should PlayStation players that want to play the new Halo go PC or Xbox in your opinion?
New element to Halo games.
So if you're on PC, it is super easy to
man.
everyone you see, and the game rewards you for it.
You gotta go PC.
Mark assist if someone kills someone who you've marked.
There is.
Why limit yourself to
who get killed
with an Xbox if you've got a PC?
I'll just kind of scroll through here quickly so we don't. I mean, what's your preference? I kind of generally like to kick it up here, maybe in the 90 to 100 range. I mean, we can go all the way up to 120.
Go 110, baby. That's the goal.
Yeah, I usually like to kick it in 95 to 100.
Oh, come on.
Split the difference. We'll go 95.
Go 110.
But yeah, just kind of go through here. Lots of different nuanced graphical settings to really allow people to custom tailor.
This guy's on a top of the line PC.
What's most important to them on their PC hardware. If I didn't mention that, if it's not clear, we are playing on PC here currently.
Yeah.
So, you will not have the full breadth of all these options necessarily on every platform. But clearly for PC, it makes the most sense. I thought this is pretty cool, too. Being able to sort of opt in or opt out of something that we call speed lines. So when you're sprinting
what is that?
in the
Talk
game,
to me.
we have some cool visual effects that help sort of really convey that sense of increased speed. But if I don't like it, I can just turn it off.
Yeah, I think the fact that we've got so many settings that are tailored so that you can fully immerse yourself, or if you're looking for a stripped down experience, if you don't want that, you can turn it off.
I did want to call this out as well. I know you and I were talking earlier about this, but just a little bit of a public service announcement for anyone playing this weekend in the tech preview. By default, currently in this build, your mic is just set to full open, full hot. So some people might like that, some people may not. Personally, I was kind of caught by surprise when I was saying a bunch of stuff in the game, and I thought it was private. So I just wanted to pass my learnings on to you, so no one gets kind of caught.
All right, that's all I needed to hear, baby.
So yeah, a lot of different
keep it
here,
open,
including Spartan Chatter. We'll hear a little bit more of that when we roll some more footage.
Games where they have the weapon more centered, or some people like to just push it way off, or so far off that they hit their mic. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I guess, one of the predominant themes here is just trying to give players as many options as possible to really dial in the experience to suit their personal tastes, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is just a set of menus.
It's funny to see pre-rehearsed
keep an eye on if you're playing in the
things unfold in front of you.
Use this to convey updates over the course of the flight.
Late night Halo sessions back in the day were fun.
For PC users on AMD GPUs, so please
they were literally the best in gaming.
Check out the news for that kind of attention announcement.
In just a moment, we're going to be joined by Jerry Hook here, and we're going to talk about all the things you can do to customize your Spartan in the tech preview. Be right back in just a moment.
A new day is a
Son of a bitch! The game frozen. You hit your microphone on the damn table. We're not supposed. It's supposed to be. We work for Microsoft. Everything's got to be flawless. My mic's hot right now. Oh. You know how like games feel really good? Certain games feel really good. Like for me, Black Ops 2 felt really good. Like in the sense of what it felt like to shoot a weapon in the game and to get a kill and to go on a little spree. It just... It was good.
Claim the enemy flag. Return it to base.
I think Halo's got a... I'm hoping that they find that good feeling.
Ordnance drop inbound.
Like, to me, Halo Reach feels really good to get a kill in that game on PC. I don't know what it is. It's just so snappy and aggressive and instantaneous with the... When I press the button, the gun fires and I could... In comparison to, like... what were we playing originally? What did we play the other day? Was it Halo 2? Or Halo 3? Listen, if we understand it's a technical, like at this point, if the game crashes when you're showing it off, no one's going to be mad. The people that are mad are just the haters,
first,
right?
Let's really talk.
We just want to.
Game means to us. Like we have so much coming.
We
into
believe
Halo
that you're
we've
close.
never had before. We're on more platforms. We're on PC.
Do you think I got Champs? I got a question.
The story doesn't end with Master Chief.
Do you think at this point with the Halo franchise,
the story is going to grow even in the multiplayer side? And this is pretty critical.
Should consider doing something like Call of Duty does.
Done with Academy and all the other stories that they're bringing.
Put out a title every single year. Get a couple studios involved. Give them the same code, the same engine, obviously everything. And each one builds their own assets and builds their own sort of. Each studio builds their own style of Halo. And they stick to it, just like Treyarch has their own style, Infinity Ward has their own style. I feel like Halo needs to do that now
for all of you, and that's really critical because if the team isn't there and the team isn't supporting,
here's the reason why.
Experiences we want to bring.
They put out a Halo once every 4 or 5 years.
From a player first perspective,
when did Halo 5 come out?
Players should be able to trust us that when we say, "Hey, we're going to go after
2015." That's
we know that we're going to
6 years ago.
You're not going to like from all of
you. To me, and here's my point that I'm trying to make, Champs.
You're like, hey, can you make it
bigger? 6 years ago, to me, my expectations, especially after Halo 5, are astronomical.
Is
not just for the Halo franchise, but in terms of like what would Halo bring to the next generation of gaming.
The technical preview, just go purchase everything. We need to test all of our services and connecting with our commerce engines.
Like I feel like they're putting too much pressure on themselves.
You know, Joaquin and our
because of that
team are just they're on point.
Does that make sense, Champs? Like they've had 6 years, so obviously all of our expectations like shows something that we've never seen before.
And it's definitely not a full.
I mean, I get it. Anticipation is an incredible marketing tool.
From the small subset.
But at this point, I mean...
Well, I think we should take a look at some of that.
I don't know, let's see it.
Speaking about my custom Spartans, invited
and maybe this is part of it, Champs. Maybe I'm talking while these guys are talking about the items.
So, yeah, no, not at all.
We won't even take
that might take it to the next level, which is customization, player...
and just go have fun.
Yeah, and remember, prices aren't... None of that is final. We're just trying to get more...
Like, so far, I like it.
Here, Sam. And you notice some of the customization.
I was just trying to bring a point up. Okay.
And in your own hands. With,
so far, I like what I see.
With your AR.
I need some more gameplay though. But we're getting there.
For people to play with.
All right. Well, let's.
How without BR can this game succeed, Doc? I think a very intriguing rank system.
First impression in our first moment for everyone at launch.
Content releases.
Because remember, it'll provide feedback.
Balance of things.
You want to see more.
Maps,
this is awesome,
playlists.
I'm super excited by
built-in wagers, built-in league system.
Can earn in season 1 by just completing a free event, which is very cool.
Absolutely. And from
it'll succeed.
Free to play, we provide.
I think there's no question that Halo Infinite
Battle Pass, but you have
will succeed, will not die out
as we go forward.
You know what I mean?
Ways in which you can earn things.
You could just tell they're.
Right now, I'm just kind of cycling through the.
They're going all in.
Just to give, like.
So, and I think the cherry on the top will be if the gameplay
here, I'm just sort of
feels super damn good, baby.
some of the weapons that
If it feels
we
so
have in the
good.
game currently that they'll be able to check out. So
Watching a video is one thing. Playing the game, that's a whole. But there's a lot of videos out there of other video games that you could just tell, like, yeah, I'm not playing that. Personally, I'd rather have one Halo game every 3 to 4 years with the plan to keep the game viable with DLC rather than pay $70 a year for reskin cash-in, says God Van Dam. Okay, fair. All right, I see you guys attacking me.
Huge part of the experience, especially
And
with the return of big team battle.
Here's my
So
counter
we're
to
gonna get
that.
a little bit later this year.
Here's my counter to that. I don't disagree with you at all. What I'm saying is, can Halo come up with something groundbreaking, worth the wait, and can they continue to ride that hype every 3 to 4 years after? I mean, they're doing it now, and it's probably the most hyped it's ever been. So yeah, that's working.
Like, it is you in the driver's seat.
All right, then I'm going to jump down one more real quick here in the
I
body.
guess so. I guess it is working.
This one, we obviously have a couple different body types I can choose.
I mean, it has to
I really
play well,
love,
though.
Actually, their
The actual
customization and,
gameplay matters the most.
inclusivity as well.
I mean, the biggest
100%.
thing is just about, from a philosophy perspective for
Imagine a dog personal AI in this game that shouts "Boom!" every headshot and cusses you
not
on
to
every
pass,
death. It's not a bad idea. I'll look
As
into
you
it.
can
I'm happy to go first, Josh. If you want to jump back over to my
Pre-rehearsed
POV
right there.
here.
See how fast he had the
I've already
controller in
kinda
his hand?
Jumped into the academy menu. I'm presented with an option for weapons, right?
I
So
just,
I would
it's
expect more
fun to
weapons rolls.
analyze
So,
that stuff.
Talk
about it.
I think
I can't
something else that I
believe
just thought
this
while
has
you're
been
here,
an
we can just
hour
chat
and
about, I could
7
ask
minutes.
you.
Where's the
Folks started asking this
gameplay?
question as we showed off some of our MP content last month, and they're obviously going to sort of get the experience firsthand starting tomorrow, and that's about assassinations. We saw a couple moments in the trailer where we saw some clutch back smacks that.
Doc, is it confirmed if Infinite will have a BR? I feel like they have to stay viable in the current industry. I think they need a good Halo experience. I think they need good level design, good pacing to their game, a good feeling of killing somebody in the game.
We bring them back. We want them
Good connection, cross-play, all that will keep it healthy and viable. And I think having a BR attached to this in a couple months, it really depends. Like the hype around that and everything, it just depends on the health of the game. I think it'll stay healthy. Like that's the question: can it stay healthy enough to get to the BR? But I think never introducing a battle royale in Halo, like for this title,
So I think one more thing we're going to show today.
it's hard to fathom
I
they
know
would do
people
that.
Still have been clamoring.
It just would not make sense. They got the tech, they got the talent, they got the resources for sure.
Tee this up. Tom, if you want to kind of
All right, let's see it.
Kind of provide some
Hour and
commentary
10
along the
minutes
way. We're not gonna
later!
try to cast this or anything. I'm sure folks are just eager to soak it in.
I
But
get Bravo to yell at me later.
Slay them all, Spartan.
All right, yeah, I think this is a pro team POV.
well, let's see how good they are. Right off the bat, going for
So
the
he's
heat
got the
wave.
heat wave, right?
Yep.
So he switched to vert. So there's
Steitzer.
Stites. It's good to have Steitzer back, or we call it. There's some nickname of Stitesy is kind of.
The hell was that thing in the middle?
People implementing the VO. So they threw down a shield, covered the position.
Yeah, I like
Got a guy
that
right behind you.
technique.
Coming.
I haven't personally done that,
There
to
he
be
is.
honest.
Yeah, I feel like I learned a lot by watching this pro team video actually and how to play it. Like we watch them, we have regular weekly play tests with them. I don't play with them generally because they just.
This is not a pro. I don't think that was a pro playing.
Better players up against them.
Also noticed that player went straight for power weapon on this Slayer, which is hard for me to use, if I'm being honest.
So you'll see, like, so you can see the friend foe. That's one of the obvious things you're looking at here. I know Sam was talking about it earlier. This is something that we've continued to kind of iterate and evolve, even beyond this build. I think this might be our main build right now. There's power weapon spawns there.
Skewer is it's satisfying as heck, but it's hard for me to use.
I am.
This is not a
worse
pro
at
plane.
that gun than I am with the commando rifle for sure. When you hit a target, like especially a vehicle, it's super satisfying. All right, so he was spectating. He missed the new.
Tried for it.
Tried for it.
Grenade. Successful.
Kind of reminds me of like a Halo 3 or Halo
Hard for us to hear in
ODST
studio, but
type of level.
I believe you'll hear some personal AI coming through.
Yeah, you're hearing. There's a few things. So there's the Spartan chatter that we had in Halo 5. Really just kind of
Watch out for the nade. Team nade.
Gives a lot more like reaction.
A little quick mantle
on the game, but you'll hear this personal AI, and what we did with them is we replaced what was called Spartan Leader, our team leader. And it's just a more personal.
Manneling, huh?
A lot of personality.
Was manneling in Halo 5?
Customize that feedback, and they give you a lot of low-level fit. Pulled the power up.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention, you know, that's a different.
And like, really, the notion of power equipment in the game.
It did. Okay.
One
I
thing that
couldn't
we won't
remember.
see
I wasn't a big fan of Halo 5.
I really love the visual language that you and the team have introduced. It's very obvious when someone's pocketing a power-up like that. You'll see a glowing trail
Yeah, there's
behind
like a
them.
contrail behind them. Yeah, that was a big thing, is making sure we at least telegraphed that information. That
I
was,
tried giving it
making
a
that
shot
switch,
too.
There was a lot of critical lenses on making sure that there was at least a readability to it in the gameplay.
I mean, so now it's sort of that risk-reward, right? Do I hold this and wait for that final push? Do I burn it now so I don't lose it?
Yeah, you make a lot of choices that way. Like I sometimes will pocket it and think I'm getting cocky, and then I'll lose it, and I'll give like overshow. That was a dope. I'll give the OS to the enemy, which is
He hit him right there, yeah?
risky at that point.
I think he did.
We're seeing a couple of little sort of, what do we call those? Tutorial tips popping up there, which
Yeah.
you can turn off in the settings,
Yeah, you can
right?
turn them off, but on their death tips is what we call them. But yeah, giving you a little bit of feedback, you know, about the type of weapon that killed you, or like how you can respond better to it.
I'm not sure at this point the pro team needs to know that, like, hey,
Yeah, exactly. Or like just opt out if you don't really care about it.
I do love this map.
Yeah, the pelicans flying by. It's it's an homage to Sergeant Avery Johnson Academy of. So it's kind of cool just to kind of pay homage to, like, one of ours and everybody's favorite character in the set of the Halo canon.
By the way, whoever this player is just getting active camo every spawn. I don't know what the other team's up to right now.
Seems to be power weapons and stuff. They're up on a pad. They have a lot of messages.
He's nursing that.
About them, so you know
He's
when
tapping
it's
it.
coming up.
Now your Spartan AI will tell you that, right?
Yeah, the Spartan AI calls it out as well. So there's a lot of information just kind of driving feedback.
How fast is reshield regen?
You can see there's the weapon racks you'll see in the levels as well. He ran past one a second ago.
Yeah, man, that took a long time.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
back
it's in
there
the background, right?
Yep.
What's cool about them is, like, before you might run past where a weapon would spawn and then not realize that it's coming up in 2 seconds, and it could change your choice. Really threatening because they can just.
So you can't heal when you're sprinting, right?
This player really likes this little drop wall kind of
covering up
technique,
post.
huh?
Yeah. Like kind of locked.
That thing just killed him so fast.
It's neat to watch how people use these, like, all the different equipments in different ways. Because we don't have the entire sandbox in the flights, as we swap things out. So it's actually not even the same kind of basically map placement pass that we would have in the release version.
Double kill.
But we, it just at least gives us something so we can get something in there for people to play with. Oh, match is getting close. You can hear the music starting to kick up, kind of signifying the end of the match is coming.
Saw him down low.
Hill's got some drama.
It is.
They got
There
it.
we
Somebody
go.
else got it.
There we go.
Cool.
Yeah, that was actually me playing.
Oh,
That's
was you?
my-
Nicely done.
Since we won.
Nicely done. I'm proud. People's hands.
I think
Even though
one
it's
thing
just
with
a tech
Halo,
preview,
it's
you
not
get to
a
touch the game, you get to run around,
streamer,
you get to
spectator
sandbox,
friendly
you get to
type
help
of
us,
game.
Be part of our team in a
I think it's a great
and then you
esport
help us
game.
kind of keep building towards
Or the old
like,
ones were. I think the old ones were
Yeah,
still the
it's been a long
best.
time
Like Halo
coming.
3
We're
and
super excited. I'll be playing all weekend as well. We'll be online
MLG.
playing, watching. Just wanted to be
Can you imagine
playing
dropping into a BR to the
next,
Halo theme?
Version of and
Give me
Red.
that same feeling
We
as
call
the
it
start to
Waypoint
Halo
DX
1.
here
Yeah, yeah,
internally.
yeah.
That actually will be included in this tech preview. Your profile
I don't
is
want to
complete.
see
That
anything
includes-
else on the
we
game.
need you to verify your email.
At this
And
point.
we need
I
you
just
make
want
sure
to
you
try
pick
it out.
Which platform you want to fly on.
'Cause I'm
one or
not
both.
getting,
If it's
like,
PC,
overly
we also
impressed.
need you to upload a DX tag
I'm not
file.
super
All the
overly
information
impressed
you need
with
and all the
what I've
steps are clearly
seen.
outlined. Just go to haloinsider.com.
At this point, it's like, all right, let's
Next
just get the
time we're
hands
gonna
on.
go bigger. We need even more people. We got
We need to get
larger
on.
scale because we still have a couple of steps to go between now and launch this holiday. And lastly, just want to say thank you to everyone. Clearly, the community, we really appreciate your feedback, your passion through the years.